Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the final assembly of the spring term. And what a term it has been. We've had 59 school days. That's 291 lessons. And of the time this term, you've spent 8 weeks of it learning remotely online and 4 weeks on site. And you've had approximately, amongst the whole school, 10,000 booklets sent out to you. So let's take a moment just to think about those booklets. If we weighed them in total, they would weigh approximately 500 kilograms. It's quite hard to imagine something that weighs 500 kilograms. So here are 3 suggestions for you. The first is a fully grown polar bear. The second is a newborn blue whale, and the third, a small car. That is quite a lot of booklets. What would happen if we stacked them one on top of each other? We would have a pile approximately 22 metres high. That is as tall as the sports hall with another sports hall stacked on top. That's a phenomenal amount of work that CHSG has completed this spring term. Really well done. So what happened towards the middle of March? Well, the 8th of March, we welcome back Year 11 and Year 12, swiftly followed by Year 10 and Year 9, and finally by Year 7 and Year 8. We were really glad to see you back in the classrooms. We had obviously the addition of masks, and we can't forget those 4,300 COVID-19 tests that were completed. You have done phenomenally well this term. You've worked really hard, both remotely and in lessons. You've behaved exceptionally maturely around the COVID protocols, the masks and the testings, and we are incredibly proud of you. So let's have a look at our achievement points. Over 20,000 house achievement points have been awarded this term. That is as many HAPs as there are teenagers in the London Borough of Sutton. Included in that 20,000 is 3,728 golden tickets. I wonder if you were one of the recipients. So what have you done well this term? Looking back over your own experiences, what's been really good? What are you proud of? Maybe some things have been more difficult, and those will be different for different people. What's been tricky? And finally, have there been any surprises? Perhaps your form tutor can press pause for a moment while you have a think about that. It may be that you have a chance to discuss it with the person next to you. And when they're ready, they'll press play again. So there's been lots of new things this term. There's been new ways of learning, both remotely and in school, thinking about how you work independently, thinking about how you engage with the learning that you're doing online through MS Teams. There's new ways of communicating. You've had to email and use the phone to communicate with us and with your friends a lot more than you normally would. And there's been new ways of supporting each other. It's been great to hear so many of you talk about the ways that you have helped each other out with your learning when you've been at home, or when you have communicated with each other when people are having a bad day. Well done, Team CHSG. So from all of us to all of you, a really big well done for the ways in which you have learned at home and in school, the ways in which you've acted and behaved around school, your attitudes and your maturity, your kindness to each other. You've done brilliantly. So what does the future look like? Well, hopefully the next 2 weeks or so will be a chance to relax and start to see a little bit more of friends and family as restrictions ease. But what about beyond the Easter holidays? Well, for some of us, some of you, it will be your final term at Carshalton Girls. It's come around really quickly, I'm sure, as you've seen the years tick by. For others who are just beginning here, there's opportunities to continue to learn what being part of Team CHSG is all about. For all of us, there's new units and topics, and hopefully life getting slowly back to normal. But for now, it's my pleasure and privilege to wish each of you, from all of us, a very happy Easter.